Hi guys, we'll be doing 5.4 to the first derivative, and here I just wanted to put up some key pointers. As f of prime goes from negative to a positive, it is concave up, which will make a minimum, and as f of prime goes from positive to negative, it's concave down, which makes a maximum. And these are the justifications right here. Just wanted to point those out. Yeah, sorry that was kind of fast, but you can replay the video if you want. Yeah. As we get into question 1, I'm going to automatically to my f prime graph, and you can see that my critical points are at the zeros, and I'm pointing it. Now I'm going to point out as I'm running, as positive goes as the point, well, how the shape of the graph goes from the positive to the negative, depending on the point. That's very important to point out when you're looking at your maxes and mins on your f prime graph. And that was one of the things that I was pointing out before, how it's very important. You can decipher whether or not it's a min or a max. And yeah, and here I'm going to write my answer since I already got it. At x equals negative 2 is a maximum because f prime is going from a positive to a negative. And that's first derivative test is basically just like looking at the intervals and like analyzing the intervals, stuff like that. And yeah, as you can, I'm writing it, but that's very important is to look at your points there. These are basically like the critical points because it's transferring from an f of x to a f of prime graph. I like to think of it that your points will be there, will always be on the x-axis, but here is another answer. At x equals 2 is min because f prime is going from negative to a positive. And yeah, I'm sorry for talking so fast, but this video is going really fast, so like try to keep up. And you can always slow me down. Yeah. And for the second question, as I'm getting right into it, I just went into factoring because basically g prime, they already gave us our g of prime, so we don't really have to like derive it. But my critical points are -4, -1, and as I'm right here, I'm running an interval and then a g of prime. Basically, I'm doing what I did for the increasing decreasing intervals for the last video. I'm writing the different intervals, which is -infinity to -4, -4 as a critical point, -4 to -1, -1 as a critical point, and -1 to positive infinity as their each interval. And I already got my critical points, you see, because critical points will always be 0. But the g of prime, I still will be picking any point that I want in between those different intervals and plugging it into my equation to see if it's a positive or negative. And this will help me to decipher my max or my min based off the critical points there are. And yeah, I will be plugging in a lot, but for the first interval, I picked -6 out of negative infinity through -4 interval. And that was 10. I went right back. Yeah, I didn't feel like solving it on camera, but that means any points that I picked in between the intervals will be a positive. Same thing goes for -4 to -1. Anything that I picked there is negative. Any points that I picked there is negative. And same goes for the next interval. -1 to positive infinity, it's going to be a 4. So any points that I pick from there is going to be a positive. So it's going from positive to like 0 to negative to 0 to positive. And here I will decipher my maxes. Remember, the maxes, that goes from a positive to a negative. That deciphers whether or not your critical point is max. So at x equals -4 is max because your f prime is going from positive to a negative. There you go. And then for the critical point -1, at x equals -1 is min because your f prime is going from negative to a positive. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. There is your answers. Same thing as the last video. See you. Have a nice day.